Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. Time for another session, this time with catcher and first baseman Brayan Pena stepping into the box after the All-Star break. Brayan, thanks for being with us.
Oh, thank you, man. It's a pleasure, and it's an honor for me to be here. And thanks, guys, for the opportunity.
We're excited. I know fans are excited. The fans, get your webcams fired up, get some FaceTime, get to talk to Pena yourself directly. I'll get out of the way if you have a question for him, so fire up your webcams. While we wait on that to happen, I'm going to go to Twitter, and we're going to go right with it. Brayan, what's your proudest moment? KC Baby wants to know, what's your proudest moment on the baseball field?
Well, I think my first time that I got a home run in Wrigley Field, and it was amazing, man. It was something that words can't describe the way I felt, in that moment, and it was something that I will never forget. I think it's one of those moments that you just wish to repeat it again, because it meant so much for me and my family, and especially my family in Cuba, that I sent them a video of the homer, and it was very emotional for them too. So it's awesome, man. It was awesome.
That sounds like a tremendous moment for you and your family. Thank you for sharing that with us. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. Brayan Pena of the Reds going to answer your questions, fans, as I go back to social media, to Twitter. This is a great question from Alice Mullinator. Has it been difficult for you to adjust to the new rules about blocking the plate?
It has, because you have been taught your entire career that to protect home plate doesn't matter what happened. And for me, especially me, I've been having some like a couple concussions already, but it didn't affect me to continue to go about my business like I always do. But right now it's like you got caught up in the moment. You don't know if when to block on play. You don't know when to avoid the collision with the runners, and it's one of those things that we wish that it gets a little bit more easier for us to understand it, because like I said before, we have been taught different way, and for you to be there and protect home play, no matter what happened after that, is like you get a great reward from your teammates and your fans, and that right now it's kind of difficult for us, because if you block on play too early, they take that out away from you, and if you walk it too late, the guy score. So you kind of got caught up in the middle, that situation. But hopefully, we can continue improve that, and we can work something out, even better than what we had before.
This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. This is Brayan Pena talking about the new rules, the difficulty of being a catcher as the transition happens. Fans, join us just like this fan right here. What is your name? Where are you from? What's your question for Brayan?
My name is Colin Fogel. I'm from Stanford, and my question is it harder to catch a fastball or block a curveball?
Wow. I think block I think block curveball, because it's something that is a little bit difficult for you to read. At least the fastball is coming in a straight direction, and it doesn't really bounce as many times as a curveball. But you have to. I think the main goal is that you have to anticipate the pitch, where is that pitch is going to land, and then drop your knee as quick as possible, and after that just trying to block it with your chest, and hopefully it doesn't go back and look embarrassed.
That's a great question about what it takes to protect the plate in there as you're blocking pitches from those pitchers. I'm going to ask you a follow-up on that, and this is from Jay Tucker, and the fast one of your rotation. You don't have to pick favorites, but which of the starters do you like calling a game for the most?
I think all of those guys, man, they really are great. To be honest with you, I think every single one of them, they know what they're doing up there. Every single one of them, they really they do a great job for us. But as everybody knows, I've been Johnny Cueto, pretty much personal catcher, and we have been working together for a long time, and during this season, and I know I know his tendency. I know what he likes. I know what he doesn't like. And it's been a bless, for me to work with him because we feel very comfortable working with each other. And but I mean, like I say, all of these guys, man, they really are great. They really prepare themselves very good for a ball game, and they all have all-star caliber stuff. But the one that really it's been easier for me to work with has been Johnny Cueto so far.
All right, good to know. And we doubt that the other pitchers will be have any hurt feelings. They know you like working with Cueto. We'll get our fans here in the Edward Jones chatting cage. Another fan wants to talk. Brian, what's your name? Where you're from? What's your question?
Name is Purnell. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I just want to ask you, Brian, is Billy Hamilton the fastest player you've ever been around?
Oh man, that's something that I've been around. Very fast players. I've been around to guys that have really impressed me. With their speed. Guys like Emilio Bonifacio, Rafael Foucault. When he was with the Brave, and some other guys like that. But what I'm seeing from Billy is something special. It's something that is really a blessing from God. And especially for all of us, just to be able to witness, such a great runner and a great player, But I heard that he's a guy like, he really changed the game for us. And when I saw him scoring from the fly ball to second baseman, and then he scored that one so easy, that's when you know that this guy is special, and he's a really game changer. So definitely, yeah, Billy Hamilton. And great kid, by the way.
That's also great to hear too. Not to know that he's just a terror on the base paths, but also that he's a good guy. That's something we always want to know. And I want to actually follow up with that, Brian. You're a big league catcher. You're calling games for the Reds. You're filling in at first base as well. You could be almost impossible to deal with being too tough or too good at what you do. We don't act like that at all. What's the key for you being so grounded?
I think it's one of the things, man, that I always trying to do what is right. I always trying to keep myself humble and continue to work and respect everybody, and just work hard at what I do. I think being a catcher and for my entire career, and then now this year, the skipper Brian Price, he gave me the opportunity to play a little first baseman when while Joey Votto is hurt. I just trying to do whatever it takes to help my team to win, and I sacrifice myself for my team, and that always has been my main goal. And hopefully we can continue to improve our game, especially in first baseman, because it's not as easy as everybody think, but you do whatever you have to do to help your team to win.
Well, thanks for that insight there, and I do want to follow up on that. A lot of people just say, and a lot of catchers especially, they've tried to move some catchers to first base, not always with success. You're having some success over there. It's not as easy as it looks, is it? Even though the glove's so much bigger.
No, I think because you have to do so many stuff. You have to make sure that the hitters, that you put yourself in a position that easier for you to read the throws from the infielders. To make sure that you timing it perfectly, and then the ground balls, how a ground ball to first, where to throw to second, where to feed the pitcher, and stuff like that. But at the same time, I think that the hardest part for me is just being able to recognize the hitters and their tendency, because when you behind home plate, you do your scouting report and you do your homework, but when you're in first, you always see somebody different. You always go out there and you have to understand how the pitchers, they're going to pitch to different hitters, and where you have to put yourself in a position there. He covered their scouting report, and then on top of that, you have the coaches where they move you around a little bit, and your mind, and your head is going a little bit out of control, a lot of times, because you goes like, okay, I don't want to mess this up, but at the same time, you have to follow rules, and then you have to read the hitter's swing, if it's late or if it's early, the breaking ball, when it's coming, when it's not. And man, it's quite a, it's quite a trip. People think that it's easy, but it's not. So right now, that I'm in that position, I give all the first basemen a lot of credit, because they really have to work at it.
Well, a tip of the cap to you too for hanging in there with all that stuff going on. We have another fan stepping in the cage right now. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question for Brian?
Hey, what's up? My name's Calvin. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I just want to know, how much time per day do you spend going over opposing hitters?
Well, I do spend a lot of times. I think that's one of the reasons that our pitchers, they really trust David Masaraga and I, because they know that we do our homework. They know that we spend a couple hours. I was here at 12:30 today, and David and I were watching some films over the Yankees, and we really were reading some scouting report, and we spend a lot of time. We do spend a lot of time behind in the film room, because when you go out there, you really want our pitchers to feel comfortable. We really want those guys to feel like, okay, whatever we put down, they agree with, and they trust us, because they really know that we put a lot of time and we put a lot of effort in our work, and hopefully we can continue to improve our game, like I said before, because it's been a blessing, and we're having a lot of fun.
A lot of preparation goes into it. And thanks for letting us into that to know the actual timeline of a day as you and Devin get ready for a game. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. I'm JB. That's Brayan Pena of the Cincinnati Reds, catcher and first baseman, getting the job done at both spots right now. Another fan steps in the cage with a question. What's your name? Where you're from? What is your question?
Hi, my name's Aaron Newman, and my question is, what's the scariest moment you've ever had in your career behind the plate?
Wow, that's a good one. I had quite a few, but one that, I think was the first concussion that I had. I had a collision in home plate with Raul Mondesi. That was back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember him, but I'm sure you guys do. But man, it was funny because before the game, he was, that was my first year, right? He was congratulating me, and he was very excited, to see me make it and stuff like that. So he was kind of like my friend, right? I thought he was my friend, but and then man, we had that play in home play, and he went after me, and I got an elbow, in my face, from him, and I was out, like definitely I was out, and I really believe that when you knock down like that, you see stars, because I really saw quite a few, and it was one of those, because it was my first time. I didn't know how my mind and my brain that would react to it, but after that, I felt like, okay, I'm getting some I'm getting some memory back, and I really start that process to coming back. But it was very scary, because I thought that my career was over. But he sent me some Dominican food and stuff like that, so it made me feel better.
So Raul says hello, makes nice with you, then knocks you unconscious, and then sends you some food.
And then he sent me Dominican food. Yeah, I mean, but it couldn't get any better. That was him, man. That was a guy like him. But I understood, that was the game. That was what we signed for, and man, I wouldn't trade my position for any. So, yeah.
That's a good deal. Not a bad negotiation, I guess, over the course of the time. I'll go back down.
No, especially when you got some Dominican food.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there, no doubt. I'm going to go back. A lot of questions on Twitter just popping up right now, so I'm going to try to catch up with those. This is from Rock Hunter 710. What's a Chapman fastball off the shin guards feel like?
Oh man, I really don't want to know. To be honest with you, I really don't want to know. But I took some of my sheds, some foul tip from him, and it's funny because during a spring training, that was the first time that I caught him, right? I mean, here with the Reds, and he crossed me up in a spring training, and man, that one hurt like you can't even imagine how that one hurt, and it was a slider. I was lucky enough that it was a slider. So I really don't want to know about that fastball, man, because, I mean, this guy is something special. This guy got that arm that, God bless him with that arm. And, I mean, it's just something that he probably can send somebody to a hospital if we get crossed up or something like that. So with him, Devin and I, we really make sure that we never get crossed up because, he can really hurt you, man.
I think it's something you got to know where that thing is going, or you're in big trouble. I'm gonna stay
no doubt.
I'm gonna stay with Twitter. The mighty QD wants to know, on off days in Cincy, what's your favorite thing to do?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I really, I don't know if I can say this, but I have to be honest. I can't lie to you guys. I love poker. I really do. And I get with my friends together, and we all, do little, poker tournament. No money, no money. We just play for, for dinners and who's paying the next Taco Bell and stuff like that. So it's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun. We really have, a lot of time together. But mainly I go home. I really, take advantage and I go home and I see my family and spend time with my kids because, as you know, my wife, she was pregnant and I really want to be there for her and my kids. But when I'm in Cincinnati and we got a day off, I pretty much I'm always playing, poker, with my boys.
That's good to know. If I'm in town on one of your off days, I'm going to look you up. Also, congratulations on that newest addition to your family.
We're good, so you better bring it. Thank you, thank you. We're very good, so you got to bring your A game, or not. You're going to be paying for a lot of Taco Bell.
Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in on the Taco Bell. That's a problem by me. Oh, that sounds great. Really.
You know what I mean?
Thanks so much, man. It's been a great time. You feel like you made some good
No
contact
problem,
here in the
man.
cage?
It's an honor. It's an honor, yeah, man. It's great, man. I think, I'm probably gonna go tomorrow, I think. But it's one of the things that when you're in New York, you want to do a lot of things, you know what I mean. And then there is never time enough, for you to spend it here. But thank you, and God bless you guys.
Oh man, you're the best, Brian. Have a great day. Thanks for being with us. Thanks you, fans, for being with this round of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. We'll see you next time.